I came out publicly in 1993 and to challenge the policies prohibiting gay service based on President Clinton's campaign promises that he would open up the military to gay service members. He, as we all know from history, sort of rescinded on that campaign pledge, and I was left in limbo. So I went through 2 military discharge hearings and won the second one and was able to continue serving as one of the only openly gay members of the military. So I took that opportunity to do volunteer work with an organization called Service Members Legal Defense Network, which was one of the lead organizations in repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And that's where I met Tom Carpenter, the primary subject of this film.
Mr. Secretary, I had a little personal history in all this because on Veterans Day in 1992, I asked then President-elect Clinton whether he was going to live up to his campaign promise on this. And he said he would. And immediately he had the Joint Chiefs and the chairman of the Armed Services Committee, fellow Democrat, a whole ton of bricks came down on him. And then it was left to the White House to try to navigate something about it. I followed up at press conferences once he was in office. So I was very much on the outs with the new administration at the time. You had to deal with it as co-chair of the White House Working Group tasked in 2010 with studying the potentially impact of repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell Us. Tell us what happened.
So the Obama administration was determined to do things a little differently. Frankly, this issue overwhelmed President Clinton in the first year in office in 1993. He had 2 powerful opponents, General Colin Powell and Senator Sam Nunn. So in the second year of the Obama administration, we took this issue on. My then boss, Bob Gates, the Secretary of Defense, believed strongly that if we were going to repeal this law, we had to go slow, basically, and undertake a study, a 10-month study of this issue. And I got, as they say in the Pentagon, volunteered to co-chair this working group along with General Carter Ham. And in retrospect, we realized that much of the opposition to the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell was based on a stereotype, a flawed stereotype. And then, of course, there was this massive survey which revealed that most service members in 2010 really didn't care about this law anymore. And we recommended that the law could be repealed and should be repealed. And I have to say that implementation of repeal went far smoother than we even predicted. It was, frankly,
Zoe,
an idea.
Sorry. Well, I wanted to both of you to mention Tom Carpenter, Zoe, you mentioned, who was featured in the film. He was a captain in the U.S. Marines. His partner was dishonorably discharged. Tom then resigned, went to law school. His partner died of HIV, but Tom went on to help fight against Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And here's how he described the moment it was repealed.
It was an unreal moment. I couldn't believe that we had accomplished this goal that we had set forth so many years ago. I almost felt like I had to pinch myself to believe I was even there. And then my mind flashed back to Cortland, and I thought how proud he would be of my part. He would have said, "Bravo, Zulu, well done."
Zoe, how did you feel that impact?
Oh, it brought tears to my eyes just hearing Tom describe it again. It was, as he said, an unreal day. And Tom is just such an example of someone who took heartbreak and injustice and turned around and did something about it and worked diligently over someone who took heartbreak to heal this. So he and others who worked on it, who were sitting in that auditorium when President Obama signed the Repeal Act, were just thrilled. And it was a big day for all of us, and it was a big day for our country.